has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Yes, on the Breakfast Club.
Now, Young Jock went viral the last couple of days. That's because he did an interview with Megan James, and Megan James asked him a question about how he's getting his bread.
Right. So, Jock, how have you been able to sustain a 20-year career off of one hit?
Well, I got more than one hit. I got hit records.
Ooh, tell me about them.
First of all, man, I'm from South Carolina, 803-843-864 all day. I was outside during the Young Jock era, okay? I learned the motorcycle dance and never looked back, so I don't understand the Young Jock, slander or people saying Young Jock has one record. And I'm not mad at the young lady, Megan. She just simply didn't know. So that's why we got to be here to school her to the history of Young Jock. Because Young Jock got a lot of bops, and he's been featured on a lot of bops. Can we play a few of those bops?
Let's play something from right fast. Let's start from the one. Let's start from the one people know. It's going down. They know this one, right?
Of course they know it's going down.
Play a little bit.
It's going down anywhere you meet.
All right.
Guarantee.
You know that one.
And I'm sure that's the one she was referring to,
correct?
Right? But then, listen, man, you're not going to go in any club down south at some point during the night and not hear Do You Bad. Hey, you got to drop a bomb to that, Red. Come on now. You know you're going to hear Knock It Out at some point in the strip club somewhere across the country, right?
Yeah, I got
Throw me one, Envy. Throw me one, because you know where I'm about to go with it.
I know you
Come on
see
now.
it.
Hey.
I know.
How many girls from the club want to go?
You can even throw Dope Boy Magic on if you want to.
I call it Dope Boy Magic. Watch me work the
Play with Young Jock if you want to. And you could get into the feature game with Young Jock. Of course, you could play Buy You a Drink.
What you say, a certified dime.
I didn't know you was going to play that.
Yeah.
You could go So Fly with 112.
So Fly
David
with
Banner, Stunting is a Habit with Chris Brown. Zoom with Boosie. Don't play with Young Jock, man. Come on,
He has
man.
a lot of records.
Come on,
I will say,
do
though,
that.
some of the records that you played, I'm sure if you're in the East Coast, you don't know some of those records. But me going to Hampton University,
you didn't spend no
those
time
records.
down south.
Correct.
You didn't spend no time down south. And I keep telling y'all, 60% of all black people are in the South. Y'all keep calling the South the Chitlin Circuit like that ain't the heart and soul of black America. Knock it off. I don't understand the disrespect for your country cousins. I don't get it at all.
Well,
in
Megan
no way,
James,
shape, or form.
She did
Get out your
apologize.
bubbles.
She did apologize. She said, first of all, I want to apologize to Young Jock. My intentions were not to disrespect you during my podcast interview. I was honestly interested in your journey and how you've been able to stay relevant throughout the years. So
yeah, I don't think she meant no disrespect. I just think that she's young and she just didn't know. And I mean, in this era that we're in of media, like that's just the way people ask questions. But personally, if I was going to interview a artist and I saw that question, I would make sure that person indeed only has one record, because Young Jock ain't that.
Well, not only that. Not only that, Young Jock makes money off of course, he was on Love and Hip Hop. He does his own morning show, so you can see his relevancy that he is doing things, but maybe she just didn't know. But
she just didn't know. That's all.
Shout out to Megan James. Absolutely.
And I was telling Jock yesterday, I said, man, I told Jock you need to come up here to the Breakfast Club just because I don't like the disrespect to somebody's legacy in that way. And I'm not saying Megan disrespected him. I'm just saying that, that interview sparked other conversations that I had with other people, and they were like, yeah, he do only got one song. I'm like, you ain't never been down south ever in your life, clearly.
Now, lastly, I want to talk about this 24-year-old woman, Sydney Leday. If you don't know who that is, she was the woman that was shot the same night that Takeoff was killed out in Houston. We played her, I think about a month ago, talking about the incident and how, pretty much nobody ever mentions her name. You got the audio?
Everything happened within a few seconds, and as soon as I saw a weapon, I tried to hurry up and get out of there. I remember running away, and I know where I stopped. I felt the sting in my head. I didn't realize what actually happened to me, and fortunately, I feel like I had on a wig and a wig cap, so I took the wig off and noticed that I had a lot of blood. I knew what happened to me, but I just didn't really understand it to what magnitude.
She was intubated in a coma for days. When you woke up, how was that feeling? What was that feeling like?
well, the first 2 days they told me that they had to keep sedating me because I kept trying to basically get up and leave.
Yeah, and the reason she is speaking, the reason people are doing interviews with her is because she has over $200,000 in medical bills. That, of course, she wasn't prepared for. She didn't think about. She was just going out, hanging out with her friends, and she got shot in the head, and nobody's, discussing her or helping her out. So she does have a page with a link to her GoFundMe where you can actually donate and help her out, because it is a sad situation. Just imagine if that was your daughter, your sister, your mother, anybody, a cousin, a niece, or whatever, went out, to celebrate the party like anybody else. She winds up getting shot, and now, she can't afford the medical bills. She can't afford to, the payments, and I'm sure they'll, how it goes. They'll start garnishing her wages and start sending notes, and it'll affect her credit. So if you have a little something, a little spare change that can absolutely help this young lady out, please do so.
I'm sending that young lady healing energy, and I'm glad that, we're highlighting her story. But Jesus Christ, Envy, you couldn't do that at another time. We couldn't do that in another break. We was just on a high from all that young jock, and you going to bring it back to trauma just that fast? Huh? Why would you do that?
That's the way the world is, bro.
That is not how the way the world is. You could have ended that segment on a high and did that another time. Why I got to talk to you like this with the cameras on?
All right. Well, can you pull up a Young Jock song, please?
No, you can't go back to Young Jock after doing that.
We could go down. We go. It's going down.
Oh my God!
You freak! You kick! You kick!
Guy.
You got a Young Jock song on?
This guy, man.
Pull up Young Jock. Pull up Young Jock. When we come back, we got front page news. Tesla and Figaro will be joining us. Let's get into a Young Jock joint since we were talking about Young Jock. What we got?
Do we have to
play top of the hour first? Yeah, we're going to play top of the hour first. Then we're going to play Young Jock. And then
don't play It's Going Down. Is this Going Down the only one in there?
Yes.
Oh, come on. We could play I Know You See It or something.
No, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.